think.
Yep, on 5 catches, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Danny got 10 carries for 35 yards, 21 of 32, 160 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. They should not have won that game. You look at the stats, you look at time of possession, you look at all those things favored Washington.
Mm-hmm.
But yet we started the game 13 plays. We used up 6.5 minutes in the first quarter to punt the ball.
Right.
Then we got the ball back, 12 plays, almost 5 minutes to get a field goal. They got a touchdown off the sack. I get that. That was their only touchdown. Then, well, that was initially. Then effing Barkley. Now, I will say, holy hell, when Saquon got that touchdown, that was a 20-play drive
Yeah.
for almost 9 minutes. I was like, woo-wee. That's how you control the clock. That is how an offense is supposed to keep that defense on the field and wear that defense out so you win.
Right.
I give props to the Giants. They came back. That was probably the best drive of the game because after that, 7 plays, 7, blah, blah. Giants did a 12-play, 5.5-minute drive. But at halftime, it was all Giants. Washington said, F it, we don't want to do anything. In the third quarter, they only had the ball for 4 minutes out of the, or no, 5 minutes out of the almost, maybe 6, if I'm adding it up right. They probably had the ball for 6 minutes just in the third quarter while the Giants basically owned that quarter.
Right.
And then they came back, but then fucking fumble. And now the turnover on downs, that was bullshit. That shouldn't have even been a thing. But, it is what it is. McLaurin, Heineke looked good. Again, 17 to 29, 249 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions. Brian Robinson looked explosive as usual. 12 carries, 89 yards. I mean, even if we don't make the playoffs this year, I really hope we do. But if we don't, we are set for next year. I think if we don't, the things that I see that Washington needs, so this is what they've needed for years, is we need to fix the offensive line and I think the secondary. Because Washington has not had a good secondary, and I'm talking cornerbacks.
Right.
And technically safeties, if we want to say that. We haven't had a good safety since Sean Taylor. We have not had good cornerbacks since Snyder was an idiot and traded away. Said, "Oh, let's trade our best cornerback for Clinton Portis because that makes sense." And we haven't been the same.
You guys used to have. Remember Chris Cooley and who's the other tight end? You guys used to have. You had an elite
Cooley was
tight end.
Yeah, we had elite tight ends. We had running backs. We had Alfred Morris was a fantastic power back. We had Stephen Davis was another one.
Yes, he was a beast.
Clinton Portis was good for 2 years, but he fizzled. He was only good for 4 years total.
And then he was wearing wigs and dresses and being certain characters.
Yeah, he was just setting up a prelude for Cam Newton. But the one that shocked me the most, and I'm so excited to see how he's going to do next year, is Dotson. He had 4 catches for 105 yards. And one of those was a bomb of a pass. Heineke's got an arm. Like, you watching him throw the deep ball, it's stuff that Wentz wasn't able to do.
Mm-hmm.
Wentz could not maneuver like that. And if he ran, you're basically getting ready. You could see in the background, they're yelling, "Get the stretcher. Wentz is running. We know it. You know the drill, because you're waiting for him to go down with an injury." I think Washington's offense is set. Brian Robinson's our future running back star. And we still got Antonio Gibson, who is good. We got De'Ami Brown. And then receivers, you've got the top 2 receivers that are going to terrorize a defense in Jahan Dotson and then Terry McLaurin. And Curtis Samuel, when he's healthy, Samuel is just as dangerous. And Brian Robinson can catch, though, too. That's the making of a good offense. We've got to get an offensive line. We have not had a good offensive line in probably 20 years. Defense, we've got to get the front seven is good. Our front seven is one of the top defenses, but it's our secondary that is garbage. Even I think even our linebacking core needs some rejuvenation. We haven't had that since Ryan Kerrigan was the stud on the defense, and he was just we haven't been able to replace. Those are things that I think need to be replaced, and Washington is getting there. And I'm glad that we have a coach that is able to fix all these things, because we saw how we did last year and how we did this. We turned things around, and with Heineke now the starting quarterback, the franchise quarterback, I think now we'll be able to start focusing on everything else.
Sports Talk 101, Tuesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern, only on The Sportscast.